everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Homeshow Unlimited. And for today's episode, I will be interviewing a very special guest. He is a real estate broker and entrepreneur, and he also helps Filipinos save their properties from foreclosure through his campaign Never Foreclosed. He is also an author of the book 7 Secrets to Save Your Property from Foreclosure. Please help me welcome Mr. Ace Aguilar.
Hi guys.
Hi Sir
Alex.
Ace.
Yeah.
Kumusta ka na? How are you doing right now with all that's been going on?
Grabe. Actually talagang I'm so busy. Every day I'm talking to 2 to 3 clients, foreclosure clients, no? People who are facing foreclosure, and at the same time I'm marketing projects here in Manila. Yeah.
How is the real estate market doing in Manila? Has it slowed down? Remained the same? Ano nangyayari dyan?
Here in Manila, surprisingly, the real investors, real estate investors are going for are looking for houses to buy for first-time home buyers, marami, for yung mga talagang investors who are looking for investments talaga. They're here. They're looking, and even OFWs, no? So yeah.
So the market has not slowed down.
Yeah, it did not slow down actually. Transactions then every day, no, talagang sunod-sunod increase, talagang very active really.
It's very similar with what's been happening with the Cagayan de Oro market. I thought last year that when the government mandated yung ECQ, MECQ sa mga cities, I thought it would slow down, but surprisingly it didn't. Although merong delays, like the transactions, especially sa brokerage, because the clients, they cannot come here, they can't actually view the properties. I have a lot of clients kasi that are in different cities that are based in Cebu or Manila or Davao, so they can't travel. So parang naging na-on hold yung ibang transactions, but yung developer transactions, yung mga pre-selling, fast-moving pa din. So, okay yung real estate market so far here also in Cagayan de Oro, very similar to what's happening in Manila.
Yeah, and mag-slow down lang talaga yung sa bank processing, bank loans processing, yung BIR, RD.
Yeah, slow down talaga. Sa mga government agencies, sa banks, because of the skeletal workforce, yun yung mga nag-slow down. But ano pa rin, the real estate market has stayed very resilient, no? How long have you been in the real estate industry?
I started during the foreclosure gold rush in 2002, 2003, ganyan. So matagal na talaga.
Ilang years na yan?
Almost 20.
20 years?
Next year is my 20th year.
So you're really an expert na in what you're doing?
Mahirap i-claim yan, no? Pero sa mga ano na lang, when I'm helping clients, no, solve their problems, siguro doon na lang maging evident.
How did you get into this foreclosure business? And what is it about? Like, I don't really fully understand how you have clients. Parang you're a consultant for those who are in danger of foreclosure. Is that it?
Yes. When I was starting, when I was 22, 23, we bought foreclosed properties from banks, 56 row houses in Lipa, Batangas. Tas we sold it in a rent-to-own basis. So I was really enjoying it, tapos we bought 9 condo units in just across UST. We turned it into a male dormitory, so there were 72 beds, no. So tapos I got parang.
So how old were you then? You were still 23 years
22, 23.
So you got into real estate investing quite early.
Yes.
When did you start out as a broker? Like, what age were you?
As a broker, I got the license last 2012.
Same, similar tayo. I got mine in 2011. Kami yung first na nag-take sa PRC exam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so ako parang pang ilang batch ako . So pero 2012 I got the license in 2012.
So did you start out as a broker first or broker investor na kaagad?
Yeah, investor kaagad kasi we formed a corporation when I was really young yan. Tapos we bought foreclosed properties from banks. Right.
So how did that go business-wise?
That's really good, no? Before the property got listed, no, we were negotiating already with the bank. So hindi na siya na-publish, no? So we bought it
But
right
how do you
away.
how do you do that? Like, how do you get to see these foreclosed properties first? Do you talk to the foreclosed property officer and then ask
Yeah.
for a list so that they release it early?
Yep, you have to build the relationship actually. Kaya the officers are also humans like us, no? So yun talaga that's the key. Actually, no, you're really serious and you're someone someone's going to invest in their property. So yun that's what we do back then. But I got parang I got really sad with the story behind. Ba't ba na
Yeah.
foreclose? So ba't ba na foreclose? Kasi someone lost their jobs, someone closed their business. So yun yung then I started building houses naman. So nag-build and sell
So
lang.
so you transition to build and sell from buying foreclosed properties because you parang nagigilty ka sa
Oh,
sa stories
yeah,
behind bakit na
behind it.
foreclose.
But na foreclosed. So and the turnover was kasi pinaparento namin before yung mga yung mga properties eh. So row houses yan, no? The collection was really good at first. But
Yeah.
there's a problem with the Filipino culture in Lipa. Every year they hold a fiesta,
Oh.
and you're obliged to put some to feed the barangay.
Really?
Yeah. The next month, the renters cannot pay for the amortization.
Because they already spent their money.
Oo, nag-bounce na lahat. So that was a story before. We need to have it financed na in-house because Pag-ibig housing loan rates was very high. The bank loan, it's really hard to get a bank loan back then compared now. Kasi the interest rate of Pag-ibig back then was 19% compared to 6.5 right now. So that's the situation.
19%?
18%.
Wow.
18%.
That's the highest I've heard. Hopefully, it won't go back to being that high.
I think the Asian crisis won't happen again. So
Okay, and then after that, after you transition to investing, to build and sell, what happened? How did you go back to the foreclosed property world?
yeah, so I used to build houses. No, so this is brand new. No, we were building houses in Antipolo. Two in Baguio City, and then after completing that project, we went to Antipolo, which is a few kilometers from here. So I built 8 more. So and even before it was finished, no, nasa groundwork pa lang. The units were sold already. But the
So
problem
how fast did it take you to sell these units?
oh my god, maybe 3 months. 3 months.
That's quite fast.
Yeah.
Mabilis na turnaround.
Mabilis na turnaround. So
Oh.
4 first in the front, 4 units in front, tapos yung 4 units. Medyo nahirapan kami dun sa likod na kasi it was not medyo na yan. So pero dun sa first yung 3 months sold out kagad yung yung first 4 units ko.
So you also work with other brokers to sell these units?
Surprisingly,
Or ikaw are you direct to buyer ka?
I have a team back then. They were seniors. And yet they sold all the units right away.
Wow, that's
They were only
impressive.
3. Yeah, 3 lang sila. Inubos nila yung properties, no. So yun, 8 units. But the problem was, alam mo sa construction, Alex, dun sa mga viewers natin ngayon, be very careful when especially when you're building your house, no? Be very careful in Alex, no?
Choosing your contractor?
Choosing your contractor. No, hindi porket kaibigan, hindi porket you have to do due diligence.
Yes. You have to look at the contractors, yung past clients nila,
Yeah.
get mga testimonials. So, check their track record.
Yeah, and check the actual unit, no? Yung workmanship. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, how did you get back to dealing again with foreclosed properties? And when did you start your campaign? Because di ba you were
Yes.
successful with your build and sell. So why not just continue building and selling?
Yeah, that's the saddest tragic story that I could tell the viewers, no. So I went back to foreclosure simply because my contractor left me without giving any reason, and the foreman, which is his brother, no, took all of my construction materials, no.
Really?
Yes, it was really tragic back in 2013. No, it happened in 2013.
So you lost a lot of money sa
Yes.
sa
yes.
time na yun.
Yes, sa time na yun.
How many units were you building at the time?
Yung first 4 was already turned over. So the last 4 units were talagang nalabas lahat yung mga flaws, mga imperfections, no. So but it was a blessing pala. 3 of the houses were about to be foreclosed. I was dealing with a big bank, and it was a 5-year battle. It was a 5-year battle because may story pa behind that. There's a documentation with the big bank. No, so na-annotate yung 3 houses, na-annotate yung loan dun sa 3 houses. It should have been 1 unit, 1 loan, 1 unit, 1 loan, 1 unit, 1 loan, so that maano siya after mo finish kasi loan take out na, you'll be paid.
Yeah.
Okay, so hindi, talagang isa, you have to finish the 3 units, tapos so hindi pa tapos lahat eh. So doon na umikot yung yung 5-year.
So parang merong in a way technical error on their side sa pag-annotate.
Yes, pag-annotate. When I check, it's over eh. Wala na. So
So why did it turn out into a 5-year battle? Diba? Because usually banks, they foreclose in just a few months. So how did it get extended to 5 years? You took them to court? Legal battle that happened? Or you settled with the banks?
I settled with the bank, no. I told them kasi tatapos na to sa unit. The first unit is okay na. So it's finished na. So loan take out na natin. No, the officers were telling, no, you have to finish all of the 3 kasi nga yung annotation is yung ganun yung situation. The annotation was on the 3 properties. So I can click. Sige, so okay, we'll finish this. Tapos since sold na sila, my buyers were were from them also. They're qualified buyers. They qualified home loan clients. Yeah. So they could not so back and forth, and until they told me one day, I'm sorry, Mr. Aguilar, we have to foreclose your unit. All of your houses will be foreclosed.
All 3?
All 3.
Yung iba, yung na-turn over na, okay na yun?
Yeah.
Yung 4,
So, 4, actually 5 siya, 5 na. So 4 plus 1 in the sa back, no, sa units, no, and the last 3, they're going to foreclose that. Okay, so I started to find angel investors. One lady who was really kind lent me the money, and I negotiated with the bank because my statement was 9 million. No? So it was 9 million. How can you raise 9 million in just a short period of time? Then I talked to another friend who knows someone from the bank, and actually the person was really influential in the bank, and so hold muna, please hold the foreclosure. I stated my case, and after that I raised the money, negotiated with the bank. This is all I have. No? So from 9 million I was able to negotiate it to 5.5.
That's a big jump, huh?
Yeah. And they agreed, no? They agreed, and a few months later, they released the title. And I got the 3 titles. I was able to redeem it from the bank. It was never foreclosed. Yeah.
Never foreclosed. That's why you have that campaign now. But that's a really good story because a lot of people, they don't really, I noticed lang, they don't bother to negotiate with the banks because they think that they can't. And that's the perception. Like when the bank says you have to pay this and then they can't pay it, parang they just, okay, they throw in the towel and then they say, okay, foreclose mo na. Parang ganyan ba? Although they don't want to, but it's just that lack of awareness, I guess. Like, I didn't know also that you could do that you could negotiate the price that you had to pay. Because diba, when the bank forecloses on your property, you have to pay off the entire loan amount plus interest. So it comes up to a big number na.
Yes, and I had a client, no, Alex, to the viewers, sana matuto kayo. Kasi I had a client in Bulacan, no? So she doesn't know who to talk to. So she discussed her problem with the neighbor. So the neighbor told her, alam mo Mare, kapag pumunta ang sheriff dito, damit mo lang ang makukuha mo. Okay? So with that story, she wasn't able to sleep. She started to put all of the furnitures, scattered her furnitures to another property. No? So sabi ko, no, they won't foreclose it right away. You have to talk. No? So after our conversation, she was really calm and she was full of hope. And yeah, I have those conversations 2 to 3 times a day.
So what is the process of foreclosure for most banks? Do they have like similar process for all banks? And even with Pag-ibig, or yung banks and Pag-ibig, they have a different process?
Banks are really,
Fast.
they take action faster.
Yeah.
A lot faster. So
that's what I heard.
Congratulations to Pag-ibig, Pag-ibig borrowers.
I heard that with Pag-ibig, they take a year to foreclose, more or less. Yeah. About a year. But sa banks, they take 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, during the normal years, normal business operations, it takes them especially condos, 3 months lang is foreclosed already. But with the pandemic, this is a grace period for everyone. They need to take advantage.
So for example, if I'm paying for my house, which is mortgaged at the bank, and then I am unable to pay for 3 months straight, what's the next process for that for the banks? Like, they send me a letter or something?
They start to send 2 to 3 letters actually. The first is notice
so that's after 3 months na.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so after that, they send another letter. Pay this amount after 3 days of receipt. After that, if you haven't paid again, and you did not contact, and you did not contact the bank, you did not call, no? So the some viewers natin, please communicate with the banks. Okay,
after the first letter.
Yeah.
So once you get the letter, parang nasisingilin ka na ng bank, you need to communicate, to contact them.
Yeah, because if you will not communicate with the bank, yes, tuloy-tuloy yung process Pero they're going to process the foreclosure right away, yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. If you will not contact the bank, email, call the bank, tuluyan nila yung talaga. So in order to avoid that, yung mapabilis yung process, you need to contact the bank right away. So that's stage 2 in my 5 stages of foreclosure. No, the stage 2. Don't reach stage 3, which is the foreclosure auction sale. Ayan. So that's something na dapat i-avoid. So you have to fix the problem. When they send a demand letter, you have to fix the problem right away.
So what if you don't have money to pay for it? So what can the client do, the borrower do?
Yeah, if they can't, that's one question. That's the first questions that I ask my clients, no. Bakit kayo hindi nakabayad? Okay, may trabaho ba o wala? Okay, sir, I don't have I lost my job, I went home. So pag ganun ang question, pag ganun ang sagot, reply nila, what I tell them is that you need to sell the property fast. Yeah, contact your local broker, lalo na kung wala sa Manila, you contact your local brokers there, mga realtors, you talk to them. Ayan. Okay. Tapos, number 2, may case kasi, Alex, no? Mafu-foreclose kasi yung OFW, dinadaan yung pera sa kamag-anak, sa husband. Okay, ito na ko. I have 2 clients like that, no? 3 weeks ago. Okay,
Oo.
mafu-foreclose yung bahay kasi may pambayad pero ginastos ni husband yung pambayad, tapos nag-credit card si husband. Talagang nilusta yung pera. So,
Oo.
so Alex, sa mga viewers natin ngayon, please make sure that you get a statement every or either you pay the bank directly, or you get a statement every month, or every
Or you
get a receipt.
ask your representative to send you a statement. Because a similar thing happened. I checked the website of one of the banks, because the banks, they put all their foreclosed properties sa website, diba? After the redemption period, they put it up na for sale or auction. So I just repost the foreclosed properties. And then yung client, he emailed me. He told me nga, ma'am, that property is my property. I didn't even know na foreclosed siya. So we were able to talk, and I told him, sir, it's already past redemption period because the bank already posted it on their website. So it's been foreclosed na technically. The owner is now the bank. So what happened was, same sa client mo, this client of mine was an OFW, a seafarer, and then he was sending the payments to his wife. So 3 years na pala walang bayad-bayad yung wife niya. So it's so sad ba now, those who are abroad, they cannot pay directly because it's hard for them. If you're based abroad, you cannot pay the bank directly. You have to go through an intermediary or a representative. So if that representative cannot be trusted, so masasayang talaga yung hard-earned money mo. So that's what happened to him. And not only to him, meron din ako ibang clients na ganyan, but they didn't get foreclosed on, except that equity payments pa lang sa developer, hindi na pala nababayad. Because, yun nga, yung representative nila, ginasto yung pera. So now, they don't want to invest na here in for example, in Cagayan de Oro, because natatakot sila na sa representatives nila nga who can't be trusted. So,
that's an issue.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Kaya it's very good na the developers like Vista, Land, they allow yung online banking na. So,
some developers do.
Some developers, they allow
but
it.
it's quite
Kasi
new.
check, diba?
It's quite
kasi
new.
Kasi diba check na, dati kasi check, diba?
Check kasi PDC.
Check
So the person who issues the post-dated checks has to be based in the Philippines. Kasi hindi naman maka-issue yung na abroad, diba? So, yun. But now, developers like Sibulan Masters, they're working on online payment facilities like PayMaya. So, it would be a lot easier for OFWs if they could just pay the developer or the bank directly, na they don't have to go through PDCs. Kasi kawawa sila pag hindi trustworthy yung pinapadala nila ng pera.
That's right.
No, it's a sad reality. And sayang din kasi imbis may buyer na, hindi na sila bibili because of what happened to them, or because of what they don't want to happen to them na nangyari sa kakilala nila. So again, what happened after that sa client mo? I mean, what's the next stage of foreclosure?
Yeah, the next stage is the foreclosure auction sale, no? If you reach that stage, no, of course, you have 1 year to redeem your property. No? Kaya ako, I'm telling everyone, no, yung mga clients ko, we have a never foreclosed group then, is to take action. Katulad niyan, itong aking isang client din, no?
Can they still sell it at this point?
Yes, they can sell it. They can sell it, and ang problema lang kasi, Alex, yung price is, siyempre yung penalties, charges, lawyers fees, nagpatong-patong na eh, and it's something that I don't want everyone to reach. Kaya they could still redeem it, no? May makukuha ka ng pera, pero you're losing a lot of. Remember, you invested millions of pesos here. So mawawala yon lahat. Okay, mauubos na mauubos. Just like Alex, no, I have a client. I'm talking to this client yesterday. Dahil hindi ako kinakausap for weeks. Yung cash surrender value niya yun na lang ay bibigay sa kanya ng ano ng developer. In-house financing to this time. Okay, if he just talked to me, I have a buyer for him, he could have earned 600,000 to 700,000 maybe. So wala na. The deadline na is on Friday. So
But why did he stop communicating with you?
you know, sometimes yung negativity talaga, yung takot, yung fear, yung worry, yung parang minsan pag ganun kasi in my book, no, 7
Parang they don't want to deal with it.
They don't want to deal with it. They don't trust anybody. Isipin mo, I'm just asking for the photos, no? Hindi binigay sa akin, parang it took them 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Kasi hard to trust daw. It's hard to trust. Oh my God. So sinabi
And at this point, they can't afford to wait. They have to be in a hurry.
Tapos wala na eh. Ano na, it's wala, deadline na bukas. So Friday. So wala na. So I can't help him. Ang viewing namin dapat bukas. My buyer is qualified, he has cash. But we cannot we cannot pay the terms of the developer on Friday din. Okay. So he lost money. So that's $500,000.
This is not a foreclosure naman. Parang this is for sale through assumption. In process pa sa equity payments.
The developer will foreclose his property.
In danger of foreclosure.
Yes. So he's given cash surrender value. O sige, dahil masedalo, in-house financing to, masedalo. Okay, sige, you can have something reimbursement, pero 50% lang ng lahat ng binayad mo. Plus charges, plus ganyan. Okay, so 270,000. Take it or leave it on Friday. So yeah. So
what about those na ongoing pa yung equity payments pero the buyer, kasi we have several of those here na ngayon. I noticed na with the pandemic, some buyers are having trouble meeting their equity payments with the developer pa, so they're still in the process of paying for the 15 or 20% equity, but because of the pandemic they can no longer meet the payments. So what solution can there be for these clients?
Yeah, I suggest that these clients sell their property fast through assume balance or pasalo. Okay, so what's good about this is that you don't need to pay for the capital gains tax. No, there's no CGT there, 6%. All you need to do is do the transfer. So that's depending on the developer, it's ranging from 15,000, 10 to 15,000 to 300,000, no? Pag sa BGC kasi it's 300,000. So yun ang good news doon. So sell your property fast. Talk to a broker, a local broker, and let them meron akong tip dyan, no, Alex, no? When you're selling your property, especially in a pandemic, you cannot sell your property on market value. You have to sell it. Balik mo lang yung pera mo para nag-savings ka. That's it. Add the transfer fee, that's it. No, plus the broker's fee. That's it. Balik lang yung pera mo, okay na yun, di ba? Para nag-save ka lang sa bank. So that's what I tell.
Yeah, it's the same thing with what happened with a client of mine who bought a condo unit in 2018. And she bought it at 1.7. Tapos, now na with the pandemic, nagka-problema yung business nila. And she bought several condominiums pa here in Cagayan and in another city. So, nagka-problema na siya sa pag-meet ng payments. And ngayon, for turnover na siya. So, actually, almost fully paid na siya sa equity for turnover na. If for turnover na, kasi yung bank naman yung babayaran mo, diba? So, so she contacted me to help her sell her property, and we were able to sell it because it was below market value. Yung market value kasi ngayon for a studio unit in Cagayan is about 2.5 million. Wow. Between 2.5 to 3. For that developer, it's 2.5. But she only sold it for 1.9. So, break even lang talaga siya. So, I just added the broker's fee, yung ibang transfer charges and all. So, yeah, break even siya. Pero at least, wala na siyang babayaran. And technically, she lost money because of the time, pero in general, nag-break even siya sa mga binayad niya.